Hi guys, welcome back to another video on this channel and thanks so much for tuning in again. Now in today's video I want to talk about something different but something very essential because I want to give you my top 10 tips for building confidence. And this is important because confidence is the most important factor in your whole life. I mean, think about talking to people, getting to know them, think about getting a raise in your job, so earning a lot of money, doing something on your own, being an entrepreneur, or anything that you can imagine. Everything has to do with having confidence. So if you're not confident or you don't feel that confident, here are 10 tips how to improve your confidence. So the first advice I can give you is treat yourself well. And this is kind of the bridge to the content that I'm doing here, because honestly, it's also about treating yourself well. And that means eating healthy, exercising regularly, even if it's just going for the occasional run or the occasional walk in the forest. It has to do with the whole grooming thing, so skincare, hair care, wearing fragrance, just treating yourself well improves your confidence significantly, because you not only show other people that you think that you deserve this treatment, but you also show it to yourself. So the first tip I can give you is treat yourself well, and you will see that over time your confidence will improve. The second tip I can give you is also in the same ballpark, but it has to do with the thoughts in your head. And the second tip therefore is talk well to yourself and talk good about yourself, because we have all these thoughts in our heads, so we are occupied with thinking all day long, and most of these thoughts are about ourselves, and for most people these thoughts are actually negative. So they are occupied with what could go wrong in the future. They are occupied with, oh, I'm not looking as good today because whatever, oh, why did this other person look at me so negatively, or talking about riding a car, it's like, why did this jerk pull over in front of me? Does he not respect me? So we are occupied with thinking about ourselves, and most people actually think negatively about themselves. So instead of thinking, I cannot do this, instead of thinking, I look like shit today, you should be thinking, I look awesome, or I don't really care because I am popular no matter how I look. And of course, you should always say to yourself, I can do this. No matter how hard the task looks, you should always be confident that you will accomplish the task. It is one of the most important things you can do, for example, for success in your career. The third thing I want to talk to you about is something I haven't done perfectly in the past. It is the whole body language thing. If you go into a situation looking like this and you have your head down and you're like slouching, you're not really like super confident, like chest out, then this also influences how you feel on the inside. So you cannot feel totally happy if you're like this all the time, and if you have like a bad posture and you're not smiling and all that stuff. Seriously, guys, you cannot be happy, you cannot feel confident if you are like that. One easy way and one quick fix to feel happy is actually improving your posture, or even just moving around and dancing to loud music improves your mood by 100%. I can promise you that. So you should get yourself into state whenever possible. You should have a awesome posture whenever possible, because this is also going to improve your confidence a lot. Tips number 4 and 5 have to do with what you do during the day. So it is first looking for a hobby or looking for some kind of thing that is not your work. So there are people like me who love doing their work. I love my job, I love what I'm doing here on YouTube, so I work a lot. But even then, it's super important to do something else instead of work, to have a hobby, to just do something else for a moment. So I would recommend that you get a hobby if you don't have one, It's super important. Tip number 5 is looking for your passion, and that influences what you do in your job, for example. So if you have a job that doesn't make you happy, and maybe you don't even have a hobby, so you're just watching TV all the time, you are destined to have a low self-esteem and low confidence levels, because it just doesn't work. You can't do something all day long that you hate, and unless you have a very good reason, that might be that you're currently saving money to then start on your passion and start on working you're working on your dream, it's just not a good strategy, you know? Many people are caught in day jobs of doom that they hate, and it diminishes their confidence a lot. Tip number 6 is expressing your opinion even if it's hard. We all know these situations where we feel like we can't express our opinion because it's not worth enough. And these are the situations where you should definitely go for it and express your opinion nonetheless. Because nothing is going to build your confidence as quickly as standing your ground. It just shows people that you stand 100% behind your opinion, and that is something that's super important. Tip number 7 has to do with this as well. It is called know your worth, or know what you're worth. So this touches the relationship part of things. So if you hang around with people that do not appreciate your worth, if it's friends or if it's your relationship or if it's in your job, you should definitely quit those people. Tip number 8, be independent. This also has to do with knowing your worth and also expressing your own opinion, because there are some people, guys as well as girls, that have grown dependent on, for example, their relationship or a job that they hate, and being dependent never gives you confidence. It's just not possible, because if you are dependent, it shows that you don't have the confidence to be independent. So if you're caught in a toxic relationship or a job that you hate, make sure to quit that relationship or job, because you are never going to be happy if you are dependent of someone else, and you should always be able to live your own life on your own terms. So make sure, guys, to be independent. Piece of advice number 9 then is to actively go forward in your life. So you should set goals for yourself by yourself. So do not wait for someone to put a goal above your head. Just do it yourself. And that means your personal life, that means your physique, that means your grooming routines, or what you tolerate in other people, or your job or career. You should always set goals for yourself, what you want to achieve in 2 or 5 or 10 years. So for example, 3 years ago, I set a goal for myself how I wanted to live, in what kind of apartment I wanted to live, what I wanted to see and smell when I wake up, how I wanted the apartment to look like. So as I said, this was 2 to 3 years ago, I can't quite remember, and I wrote it down in this journal and forgot about it. And funnily enough, 2 weeks ago, I found this journal because I just moved to a new place. And guess what happened? I read the story and I was like, wow, I just achieved my goal like 2 years early, and my new place is actually exactly what I had imagined it to be. I just forgot about it. And this is something that is going to build your confidence like crazy. So knowing that you can set yourself a goal and then achieving it is a super important role. Now, the final piece of advice I can give you, tip number 10, is know yourself and act on it. So for instance, if you know that you're kind of a shy guy, you should act on that and just look for situations that are going to get you out of this shyness. When I was 17, 18, 19, I was a super shy guy. In German, we say that you're a gray mouse if you're like that. So I was very shy and not talking to many people and stuff. And for me, everything changed when I started actually talking to other people. So as I said, for example, if you are shy, you should act on that and go talk to other people, go look for situations where you can talk to other people. And it all comes down to getting to know yourself, acting on what you want to improve, and then just drawing confidence from that. So these are my top 10 tips for building confidence. So let me know in the comment section down below, what kind of advice would you give your past self? So if you think like 2 years back, what kind of advice would you give that person? And think about how this can work for you today. So what can you work on to improve your confidence? If you like this video, leave me a thumbs up. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.